Well, glad to be here right now with you, Katy McBrady, president at Atwater Brewery. The big story, of course, that we're going to be diving into is this AI, artificially created IPA. And AI, IPA, I like how that sort of flows all the way through. But first, before we get to that, you are, reasonably new still in this role at Atwater Brewery right now, just about a year. Tell us a little bit about what it's been like for you, getting into this position.
Yeah, thanks for asking. And thank you for having me. It's been a little bit like drinking from a fire hose, right? Because you get in and you have so many big ideas and so many things that you want to jump up and do because brewing beer is very cool and it's very exciting. But you also want to be strategic and thoughtful. So we've been moving as fast as we can to make improvements to our equipment, to make improvements to, really like our branding. We're just really trying to re-entrench ourselves in the community that, ultimately brought us here for the first 25 years.
Well, and brewing in Detroit must be an interesting thing to do. Detroit has had, its upswings, its downswings. Living in Windsor, we've had that sort of the same trials and tribulations of watching the auto sector be in its upswings and its downswings. And our downtown cores have sort of, seen changes. What's it like being, operating in the heart of, Detroit, having this position in, America's Motor City and such a historical city?
Yeah, well, I'm from Detroit. I grew up here. I am so proud that we've built this like amazing business in this city. I'm so proud that we're Detroit's #1 craft brewery. I don't know if many people know this, but Detroit was actually a hub for brewing in like the early 1800s. So, right, you had Stroh's, Goebel, and there's this huge, rich brewing history. And Detroit Historical Society actually is a wonderful segment on it, if I can plug those guys. But I think there's this rich tradition of brewing and then bootlegging through Prohibition from Windsor over to Detroit. So I'm just so honored to be part of the alcohol scene here in this city, and even more honored that, we're #1.
Yeah, absolutely. And, something that is so historical, the brewing roots on both sides of the region, they would have no expectations or understanding of an artificial intelligence created beer. Can you tell us a little bit about the process of, just how do you come up with that idea? And then how do you actually do that idea?
Well, I wish I could say I came up with the idea. This is not my idea. So, we're a small team and we meet every Monday. And just following our normal team meeting, we're going around the horn, and our quality manager, Joe Platt, just says, hey, over the weekend, I plugged into Chat GPT the request to, see a beer recipe. I scaled it up. Do you think this is something that we could make? And with the discussion about AI just being so hot right now, we were all like, yes, like if we have the capacity in this exact minute, we should do it. Let's see what happens. It's been a very cool experience. Now, it was a little nerve wracking, right? Because we wanted to be first to release it. And so we told everyone, we made the press releases. And then there was a moment where we're like, oh, shoot. Well, I hope it's good. It is. By the way, it's great. Thank God. But yeah, I think one of the things I like most about this job is really the ability to be nimble. And when there is an idea, we're able to jump on it and we're able to really take advantage of it. And this was just one of those things that happened to work out and caught a lot of attention.
Well, absolutely. I mean, riding the Chat GPT wave right now is really cool. You say that the beer tastes really good. Can you give us a little bit of a insight as to what the recipe is or what it tastes like, I guess? I know that it's an IPA, just wondering if there's anything that stands out unique.
Yeah, I would say it leans a little bit more West Coast IPA than East Coast IPA. So it's pretty dank, it's pretty hoppy, light body, easy to drink, dangerously easy to drink, given it's nearly 8%. We still have some on draft in the tap room. So if you find yourself in Detroit, we'd love to offer you some. We're trying to get it out to retail at the moment. We have a lot of requests for the beer, but overall, easy drinking IPA. Again, dangerously easy to drink given the ABV.
I love dangerously easy to drink. That's a great descriptor and a sales pitch for some, I'm sure, as well. You're selling it at a pretty unique price point, roughly $2 a pint. Tell us a little bit about what the price point actually is.
So that was for the launch party. We charged $2 and 0.001 cent for the beer as an homage to 2001: A Space Odyssey. Now, I am not a sci-fi expert. by any means, but we do have some folks working here, including our director of operations, who was able to let me know that that's like a very apropos title. Again, not a sci-fi expert, just a beneficiary of this fantastic beer.
How was the launch party then for you?
The launch party was a ton of fun. We had a robot DJ come in. We had a ton of folks come in to try the beer. The response was overwhelmingly positive. So we're excited. We hope to continue to build off this.
Well, you were talking earlier about being in this industry. You're able to be nimble, come up with something on your feet, get to a brewer, can it be done, and really push it out reasonably quickly. Have you done this before? Do you have plans for other types of, just off the wall type ideas?
Yeah, I think kind of the sky's the limit, right? I think the beauty of this idea is it went from inception to creation so quickly. And that's what made it such a cool thing. So it's tough to say what the next one will be. We obviously have some very thoughtful releases planned in the coming months, right? So we're launching a Midwest style IPA that'll come out here shortly in April. We're launching a variety pack for our Dirty Blonde. So it's the Dirty Blonde that Detroit has come to know and love. And then 3 variants on that, a strawberry, a peach, and a tropical. And we're working on some pretty cool other innovation that I unfortunately at the moment have to keep under my hat, but there's more to come from Atwater.
Well, I'll make sure that you follow up with me on those once they are released. So of course, here in Windsor, we've got now the tunnel buses back, still on reduced hours, and we want to make sure everyone, travels responsibly. But people can come to the tap room and they're able to try some, as you said, that's left there. Are there opportunities for Windsorites or Canadians to purchase your beer on our side of the border yet?
So there were last year, and because of capacity constraints, we unfortunately brought all that beer back to North America. There are plans though for Atwater in Canada sooner than later.
Okay, and of course, for the time being, people can just head over. And where is it that you're located?
So we are located off Jefferson on Joseph Campo in the Rivertown district. And that's going to be 237 Joseph Campo.
And what's the one thing that people should know about Atwater Brewery?
I think if I had to pick just one thing to know about Atwater Brewery, it would be that the same hardworking grit that built this city is really like what we try to bring to the table with every batch of beer that we brew.
Well, that sounds great. I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to getting to get across the border sometime and give some Atwater Brewery beer a try, because it's been far too long for me with these COVID closures. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, John. We can't wait to have you over for a beer. Cheers.
Cheers.